Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR when you sign up for a new account to get amazing odds boost every single day. Rudo, Blais, and AJ coming at you live as the Avs fall 3-1 to the Vancouver Canucks in a hockey game that didn't feel great. I don't think anyone is going to say the Avs played particularly well tonight. And at the same time, it's not that they didn't have their chances. It felt like they just failed to convert a little bit too frequently on the night. So sometimes you take the L. I don't feel that terribly about this one. I'm sure some people in chat will feel very terribly about it. A couple angles to look at throughout the game, but let's start here. Blais, AJ, how do you guys feel about the Avs through the first two periods, and then we'll talk about the third on its own?
I'm going to let AJ go first.
Okay.
I've been drinking a little bit.
It is Blais's birthday, chat. So
by the way, yes.
Blais gets to do whatever he wants tonight, for sure.
I thought the first two periods happened.
They sure did. They were two periods of NHL hockey, allegedly.
Yeah.
And that was that. I don't really know how else to better sum up this game. Like, this genuinely could be a 5-minute podcast where it was like, that was a hockey game.
Man, they just didn't feel like they were ever, like, into it until they got...
They were down 2, and it was like, oh, the Avs started trying.
Yeah. Like AJ always talks about, like, the Avs like to be choked a little bit, and they maybe choked a little too hard tonight. Like, just couldn't come back from it. Like, first two periods were lethargic until, you know, they felt like, okay, in the third, like, oh, man, we got to turn it on, and it was just too late.
Yeah.
I just feel like they don't respect teams, and in the NHL, if you don't respect a team, bad shit happens.
Yeah. I don't know if it's disrespect necessarily, but this is a team that is cruising into first in the West.
Yeah.
They have a 4-point lead on the President's Trophy race. It's just not a team that has a lot to play for right now. Let's be honest. There's not anything that's really fueling that fire.
Yeah, like I mentioned the other day that at 95 points, they've probably clinched a playoff spot unofficially.
Yeah,
if not, they're very close to it, and there are 20 games to go. So, you know, like I hear where you're coming from, man. Like, in the big picture, like, this is just not that meaningful. But this was not like a tough homestand. Edmonton, Vancouver, Philadelphia could have been like, all right, that's 6 points in the bag. But ultimately, like, if you walk out with 4 points and the one team that you lose to is the most desperate of them in Vancouver,
right? You feel okay with that, for sure.
But you have to. It's really like nights like this happen. You're going to lose games in the NHL. For me, the biggest thing about this is how they respond to it. Like, okay, tonight is done. It is over. You're not happy with it. You don't like any of it. It's stupid, and then you just move on. But if they come out and they bury Philadelphia, even if they just squeak out a win against Philadelphia, okay, then you're fine. But if this ends up being a 1-2 homestand, that's dumb.
Well, Darren's telling us that they're going to lose on Friday.
Is he?
Well, of course, he's a Flyers
fan.
I
know, but I think Darren is expecting the worst on Friday also. And look,
I will take Darren's Flyers opinion when he can name a Flyers player.
True. Hey, he knows.
True.
He knows they have a young goalie. He can't. He's not a Flyer anymore. He knows Carter Hart exists. He just doesn't know his name. Okay. Look, this has been the case for the Avs for a while now. When they take a loss like this, all you're looking for is you don't want the Avs to make a habit of losing play.
Yeah.
And if they come out and win, you go, okay.
Yeah, if you have the bounce back game on Friday,
right?
No one gives a shit about this game.
The Avs have the least regulation losses in the NHL.
Yeah.
So on the big picture scale, these games mean nothing. Let's be honest. When you're looking at an 82-game schedule, losses like this happen to every team all the time, and you don't care. But when you're breaking down the actual game, it's, oh, my God, get that Ferrari shit out of here. I love Charles, for the record. I don't actually mind. If Charles wins, I would be genuinely excited.
Yeah, Charles allowed to win. Carlos is also allowed to win because he drives for the right team.
Carlos less so. Charles is dope.
He's just Carlos is just less fun for me. Charles drives the hell out of it.
Oh, he's so sick. He's so sick.
So anyway, I don't want to derail this, but I will also say I threw out
we broke a mic. We broke a mic arm.
It had nothing to do with what's going on here tonight.
What is that?
Awesome.
It just fell out. Sorry.
And anyway, I sent out a tweet that said that there were all of Colorado's 5 scratches tonight.
Yep.
Could be people that you could reasonably make an argument for being in the lineup in game 1 of the postseason if available.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, look, Vancouver needed this, but, let's keep in mind some perspective here. Colorado is missing half of its defense. Colorado is missing just the one top 6 guy, really, in Landeskog. And when you're missing Landeskog and Val Nichushkin doesn't play very well.
Exactly. Yeah.
It really puts a huge magnifying glass on it. You just need Kadri at even strength. You need Burakovsky. Honestly, those guys have to step up and just play better hockey for you. I know Kadri gets their goal on the power play, but he needs to play better. He needs to finish some chances.
You think? I didn't mind Kadri tonight.
I just think he needs to be more of a driving force, because most of Kadri's things that I like tonight happened with the man advantage. Now, there was the one where he tried to go short side on Halak.
He had him just hit the post.
Just barely missed. And I think that also, you look at the first 2 periods of the game, and the Avs just missed their chances. They were there.
Agreed.
They were Andrew Cogliano from Nico Sturm,
doesn't finish.
Just not there. But you're talking I think the top. It's hard for me to criticize the top line too much because they've just been so overworked and so good.
It's not even a criticism of Val Nichushkin, but you're seeing him hit his skill ceiling, right?
And
his limits as a player.
Are.
Yeah, and he's not Gabe Landeskog. That's what you're learning right now.
You also I was curious about 2 goals for Nazem Kadri in the last 13 games.
It's been a little slow.
Yep.
But he scored the goal tonight, so Kadri's the last on my list tonight, man. He really is.
It's great that he got that goal, but I'm just saying, when you have injuries in the top 6, somebody other than Nathan McKinnon and Mikko Rantanen have to step up. And
I agree.
Nichushkin has done a good job getting in there and being solid, but Kadri at even strength outside of the goal. Kadri, I think, has more to give. Burakovsky sure as hell has more to give.
I'm with you on Berkey 100%.
And you're talking this LOC hasn't done anything. JT Comfer hasn't done anything. Look, I don't love to do it, but if they need to consider putting NEWHOOK back next to Kadri. I know that Lehkonen is going to change a little bit of the math on this, but NEWHOOK should be in there next to those guys on the left side. You can just roll your 4th line kind of like you did tonight and put Nico Sturm in the middle. And your 3rd line is essentially a 2nd, 4th line for a little bit. Fine. But NEWHOOK looked great next to those guys. You took him away from skill and he immediately disappeared again. You need a spark somewhere from beyond your first line.
I don't even think he disappeared. You look at the first period. He makes a great feed to the middle of the ice to Logan O'Connor, and the puck just rolls off of Loke's stick. And you're sitting there, and you're thinking, boy, if that's Arturi Lehkonen, you feel way better about that play.
LOC has hit a wall.
Genuinely.
a hard wall, and it's been bad for multiple games now where it's a black hole. When the puck gets over to him, there's nothing being generated from there. And it's like, it's such a weird arc for a player because at the beginning of the year, you're like, wow, this guy's going through the ceiling. And now all of a sudden it's just leveled out. And now it's gotten to the point where it's regressed.
Yeah.
Anybody want to venture a guess as to the last Logan O'Connor goal?
I mean, it's got to be like,
Is it this
January?
Yeah,
Is it this year?
Yeah, it was the first game in January, I think.
It was.
Yeah.
January 2nd against Anaheim.
Yeah.
That's it.
it's brutal.
It's tough, and like I think everyone understood, LOC was probably playing over his head a little bit through December.
Sure.
But boy, has it come down hard on the offensive side for that kid.
Yeah, and like you don't want to come down hard on too hard on Logan O'Connor.
For sure.
And be like,
For sure.
and
He's
be
not.
like, oh, Logan O'Connor.
He's
right?
never
Like,
been
he's not the
engine.
problem.
Yeah,
right now.
right.
But when he's getting played on the second line, he's not getting that kind of usage overall all game long, but he's getting overplayed. The fact that he has 7 points in 36 games, including
brutal.
0 goals.
Yeah.
Like, why is he there?
Yeah.
And like, this is why. Like, look, this is all of this is why Andrew Cogliano, Arturi Lehkonen are here. Nico Sturm. That's why That's why the bottom 6 got 3 new guys because they were looking at it. So, like, Logan O'Connor, I think, will be much better once he is in a more role appropriate job. But right now, like he's being given a job, and they're in, like, who do you make a real argument for having that job ahead of him? Is it JT Comfort? He hasn't done much of anything.
That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
Is you can't make a good argument for anyone in that bottom 6. None of them have consistently produced.
I don't even care bottom 6. The third line has to produce.
Sure.
And they're not producing.
The one player you're looking at is Alex Newhook, and you're like, every time you put that guy next to talent, he's great.
Yeah.
But you're looking at a rookie player that it's insane to ask him to carry a line by himself.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. It's not a realistic ask. So
We know the last time Alex Newhook scored a goal?
oh, geez, it's been a minute.
Early February.
He's looking
Any
it
other
up.
guesses?
December 17th.
Okay. What the no. early February was close. February 19th at Buffalo.
Nice.
Yeah.
The last
Good
time
answer.
he scored a goal. So you're now talking about 15 games in a row with no goal, and he only has 5 assists in that time. So it's not like he's been blowing the doors off anything. But but when you do watch the games, you are watching it, and you're like, there have been several games where Newhook has had jump, he's played really well, and he's just sitting around with no help on the third line.
That's the eye test, right, AJ? Like, you watch him and you know he has that skill set. It's about surrounding him with players that can help him define that skill set better.
Well, and this is why we talked about at the deadline, one of Colorado's keys being get Alex Newhook some help. Look, Arturi Lehkonen is going to help.
Absolutely.
And I think we talk about that. We're like, look, man, this is a temporary problem. We're not talking about tonight's game very much because it was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
They played an okay hockey game. They made 2 killer mistakes in back-to-back shifts. They give up 2 goals, and then they just can never quite get revved up again to come back from the 2-goal deficit. And Jarro Halak played a great game.
He did.
Like, you give Jarro Halak credit. He plays a great game, and the Avs just that's how it is. But when you're talking about like tonight, like the third line, that like this like Frankenstein's monster of a third line. What even is it? It's constantly changing and evolving, and I can't even really get on Bednar for that because you can't say that there's an alternative that jumps out at you.
There's not, until Lehkonen joins the lineup, there's not a great answer that you feel with the third line, right?
Yeah.
You're just trying to find someone with a hot hand and hoping for the best.
Right, and I mean, we saw Burakovsky get put down there a little bit. And they would have a couple of shifts in the offensive zone. They didn't get anything done. And like my frustration with Burakovsky, look, I thought Burakovsky was involved tonight. I thought he played hard. My biggest frustration is the dude has multiple scoring chances, and like if you're talking about trying to give that guy $6 million in the offseason, like he's got to step up in games like this.
Hit the net at least.
Yeah.
Get it past the first defender.
He's gotta have better nights than this in situations where he's gotta step up. He ends up with one shot on goal. I think he had 3 blocked shots and 1 that missed the net.
Yep.
And it's just like, dude, you've got to be better than that. You know, like that he's better than that. You know that there's more there. It was almost like he got to his career high and he was just like, he's back now. I don't want to make too much money. You're like, bro, like, come on, man. It's just, it's been, because like Berkey went through that long stretch where he didn't score, and then he had a couple of games where it was like, oh, I'm all over. He scored 4 goals in 5 games, and then since that stretch,
it has gone full ghost again.
Yeah, you're talking about 8 games in a row again without a goal. Now, streaky is how he goes. You live with that, but it can't be significantly longer than like 4 or 5 games. If you're gonna be secondary scoring like that, you've got to be good for a goal every handful of games, and you can't like three assists in 8 games. That's what I'm saying. It's just not good enough from the secondary, and he'd have more than 3 assists if Nazem Kadri could score a goal. You see how these problems kind of all compound each other?
I mean, I really think a lot of this is Gabe Landeskog. You're watching Val Nichushkin hit his ceiling on the top line. You're watching him fail to finish opportunities on the power play. And you put Landeskog back in the lineup, and it works everything down a tier.
Yep.
Instead of Val Nichushkin or Landeskog, however you want to sort it, on the second line, you're running a Logan O'Connor up there. You're running, when they're not putting NEWHOOK up there, there's just a hole of talent on the second line. You're really running 5 top 6 players and a gap. And when you get off nights from an Andre Burakovsky, your second line disappears for the most part on nights like that.
You know, you say you bring up Nichushkin. Nichushkin is exactly what I'm talking about with reliable secondary scoring. What's the longest stretch of scoreless games you think Val Nichushkin has had this year?
I guess 6 or 7. Maybe.
Blais?
I mean, I think it's a little bit more. I think he's like in the 10 to 12 range.
Is that a 4 or 5? I can't see.
That's it.
Wow.
4 games.
That's
his
consistent.
longest. That's his longest scoreless stretch of the season, and it just happened. And he responded. He bookended it with 2-point games.
Yeah.
When he got done with that scoreless stretch, he had 5 points in 3 games. So what he's giving you is what you need from Kadri, what you need from Burakovsky. And like, look, I understand Nazem Kadri was MVP of the game through 45 games, but that time's done, and he's slipped considerably since then. So when you talk about the top line needs help, the top line needs help. It just does, and it's Nichushkin needs help. Mac. Nico,
Sure,
those guys, they need not just guys who could actually score, but guys who are at least playing in the right end of the ice here.
I agree with you here on a lot of takes. I do want to get into it more, but we are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. You can go over there. You can bet on March Madness. Pick any team in March Madness to win their next game. Bet $5. You can win $200 when you sign up with code DNVR, so jump on that. Get the great opportunity there when you get $200 in free bets. Maybe not his best night, but Cale Makar's still going to win the Norris. So
Go, good bet.
Go win a bunch of money there. This Roman Yossi nonsense is not it. Cale Makar's better. Get over it. Live with it. Learn to accept it if you're a Nashville fan, I guess.
Or if you don't want to bet on Avs hockey right now, the NCAA Frozen Fours.
You got DU
going
coming
on
up
right now.
tomorrow.
DU, I mean, I would be putting money on DU right now.
They're a powerhouse. You can bet on Sean Barron, still an Avs prospect. Unlike the rest of their defensive prospects. But head on over to DraftKings, use that DNVR code to sign up to get a $5 bet for $200 on any March Madness team. It must be 21 or older, Colorado only. Other terms, restrictions, and conditions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And of course, if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Secondly, if you want to watch the Avs, you want to do it on your TV, and you want it to be easy, get Avaca TV. Avaca TV is just like any normal television broadcast, except for it's not Comcast because it actually has altitude, and it's not DirecTV because it's actually cheap. For $25 a month, you can get Avaca TV hooked right up to your television, just like normal cable or whatever you want. You turn on your TV, you can put it on altitude. They also have AT&T Sports Network. They have national channels. Super great, super easy. You can watch the Avs. You don't have to jump through the pirating hoops or the whatever streaming service it is that you want to use. It's just like watching regular TV. So jump on it. Go to avaca.tv/DNVR. That's EVOCA.TV/DNVR to get hooked up with Avaca today. We've had a bunch of people switch, and they say it's great. Super easy to watch the Avs. They get them on their TV. There's no delay like NHL Network, ESPN Plus, all that stuff on the 15 to 30 second delay. It's not like that.
We have Comcast at our house.
Yep.
And the wife finally today was like, I want to get the Avaca TV.
There you go.
She doesn't watch it. So she hasn't watched any games this year because I'm not at home to watch them with her.
And you can't get them.
And she's like, there's too many things to do. Like, I can't do them when you're not here. So
right.
I just don't watch them.
Yep.
So she's fine. I was like, let's just get this.
I got Avaca TV. It's pretty cool.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Avaca's the way to go. So jump on Avaca TV. Go get that. Also, Avs Party Bus, April 16th.
Yeah.
Tickets are filling up quick. We're almost full with the first bus. We will get a second bus.
Let's fill the second
if
bus.
you guys all sign up. It's first you come to the bar on the game day, then you take the bus to the game. You enjoy the game. You included in the price is a lower bowl ticket, section 120. We're also going to have a DNVR booth at the game so you can come hang out with us in intermissions, stuff like that. And then you take the bus back to the bar. We all party after what will inevitably be an Avalanche win. It's going to be dope. Every part of it is going to be dope.
Going as a large group to a game
it's sick.
is so fun.
It's sick.
Yeah.
Genuinely a great time. So be sure to get signed up for the party bus. You can get tickets now at the DNVRlocker.com. Jump on that today. Get involved. Go have a great time with everybody at the party bus. Second period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm not sure. I don't know the answer to this question. So, when's the last time we've seen a genuine depth forward goal from the Avalanche? We've seen over the last 2 games, it's been all power play goals. It does feel a little bit lacking in the Avs bottom 6, and I know Lehkonen is coming.
I mean, I think Comfer scored the last.
I will say, like, Lehkonen is coming, but, like, the guy has, 13 goals this season?
13, yeah.
Whoa. The fact that he was the 3rd highest scorer on Montreal's team is an indictment of Montreal, not something that you can expect him to carry on into Colorado. I'm just saying, like...
But the thing is, you're not asking the world of the Avs depth, right? You're asking them to score once every 3 games.
Well, and I think it becomes more important, too, as we start going into the playoffs, because obviously your top line has to be your top line during the playoffs. But the thing that separates teams that go further is the depth scoring.
Yeah.
Right? And obviously we talk about, the Avs have the defensive core that produces points. So it's like, cool, you have that. That's that X factor that the Avs have. But for them to make a run, they're going to have to start seeing scoring from that 3rd line. I don't care about the 4th line. I'm saying specifically that 3rd line and even 2nd line has to produce points.
Yeah. I think it's a fair argument. And look, will Lehkonen help that? Yes, I think
Absolutely.
so. But you're also looking at a team where they regularly get quality play, quality production out of 4 guys, even with Kadri's drop-off. He's still producing relatively well.
Great goal tonight.
Obviously, Mikko and Mac find their points.
Yep.
Didn't get them tonight, but they find them regularly enough. But it still feels too often like a lot of shifts are, you're just waiting for the big guns to get back out there. You're waiting for, the top line's not out there. Oh, Makar and Taves aren't out there. Okay, go next. Just survive. You're wanting a little bit more out of that for sure. When you look at this game, we can actually break down the goals here. Goal number 1, I mean, that's just, you need better from Josh Manson on that play, right? Like,
yeah, and I just that's it. You need better from Josh Manson. Like, there's nothing else to say about it. That's not a systems thing. It wasn't a systems thing the other day when he just
turned the puck over
and overskated it and left it behind. This isn't a systems thing. This isn't a fatigue thing. This is just a failed execution thing. There's no excuse to be made there other than he just needs to play better. Like, I don't have big problems with Manson's play as a whole. It's not like he's creating a number of juicy turnovers
it's
every
just
single
one
night.
big mistake.
He's made one against Edmonton.
It was multiple.
That was a bad game.
That was like the turnover was bad, but he also had a couple of bad defensive reads that I wasn't thrilled with. But it's not like every time he touches the puck you're like, oh god, here we go. It's just that he just failed to execute tonight. Like, they had a 3-on-1 advantage. Along the wall there. He should have just made a better play. Like, it's not that difficult to just make a better play with the puck. You have to be more. You can't make the play that you did, and especially against Elias Pettersson and Brock Besser. Like, if that's not Brock Besser taking that shot, it probably isn't the goal.
Yeah.
And so it just compounds that mistake. Like, that's all it really is. He makes one or two better plays with the puck. We're not talking about it like this. Yeah. So, Manson has better to give. He'll be fine. It would obviously help him if he was not playing next to Jack Johnson and was playing next to a guy who can help him a little bit with some of that puck moving acumen, but he's gonna have to get through those struggles on his own.
I don't want to take onus off of Manson on that play, but you also had Jack Johnson, who ends up -2 tonight. On that first play, he puts himself in no man's land, tries to block a shot, tries to play goaltender, and fails. And then he gets just roasted on the second goal, which not really entirely his fault, but you're seeing the limitations of a player like Jack Johnson at this point in his career pop up in the Avs defense as it is now. You're asking that guy to play a top 4 role, and he's just not capable of it.
Yeah, and he's not even playing a top 4 role. He played like 13 minutes tonight.
Sure. You're putting him with Manson a decent amount, though. And when you look at quality of competition, you go, oh, Jack Johnson's out there against Brock Besser, against Elias Pettersson, and you're like,
yeah,
I'm hoping we survive on this one.
Well,
right now they don't have a choice.
Right
now they have to take their chances.
They're stuck with it for sure, and that is what it is. And the Avs will get through it, and then hopefully they get healthy defensemen, and this isn't a conversation anymore.
Yeah.
But right now it is. So.
And you're not asking Manson to do offensive-minded things. Like,
for sure.
You want him to be good on that one side of the puck, and he just hasn't been executing on it. And that's what you're asking him to do, right? Like, obviously there is a little bit of ramp-up, learning the systems and stuff, but in the defensive zone, some of the plays that he's making and some of the reads that he's making, it just seems like it's a little bit late or it's just a little bit careless. And, like, those things will get cleaned up as he starts playing with the Avs a little bit more, understanding what he's being asked to do out there.
Yeah.
But you just, if you guys are looking at Manson to, like, create offense, not going to happen with him.
Well, and to provide a full picture here, Manson's shot metrics tonight are good.
Yeah, it's just a critical mistake.
Those are bonuses, though, right? Like, you guys aren't taking stock in, like, him producing.
No, you're not
Offensive
points. Expecting him to produce points.
He had 9 points in Anaheim. Like, I'm not asking him to score. That's not what he's going to do.
Yeah.
But and if Gerard and both Gerard and Byram are on your defense come postseason, like you're talking about
you've 5 got, for scoring,
yeah, like you've got 4 guys that you're looking to help you carry some of the offensive load, and you're like, all right, just go crush people and make a good first pass.
Yep,
that's literally it. And like I thought Josh Manson was fine tonight all game.
Except for the one play.
Except for the one play.
Yep.
Like, I thought he was terrible all game long against Edmonton. But I thought that it was just the one play tonight. I just thought that was bad.
Yep.
But the rest of this is the rest of it I think is just fine. Like, I don't feel the need to crush Manson's overall game here because I think he's doing just fine.
Yeah, doesn't deserve to be ripped apart. It's just that one play that you need better from. Yeah,
the body of work says that there's things that you can feel good about. The big mistake though, undeniable. Yeah. That just has to. He just can't do that. You can't give.
Well, then and
the pizza delivery of the game.
Well, it was, but like. The play goes deeper than that too, right? You're looking at 2 periods of the Avalanche failing to finish their chances, and if that game is 2-0 or 3-0 at that point, and you're like, wow, that was a really bad play for Manson, but it's 3-1, so who cares?
Yeah.
Instead, it's a 1-0 game because of that mistake from Manson.
Yeah.
So
well, and then on your next shift, Eric Johnson pinches in,
and gets caught horribly.
Leaves Jack Johnson hanging, and then somehow on a 2-on-1, Jack Johnson makes a decision and a play that leaves him
actively defends nothing. Yeah,
removes himself entirely from the conversation, and it's Nathan McKinnon battling with JT Miller for a puck behind Darcy Kemper, where you're just like, what the hell? So I just like right now, Colorado's defense: Curtis McDermott, Jack Johnson, Josh Manson. You have 3 dudes that are not going to give you anything on offense, and it's like 3.5 with EJ.
Yep.
And when you have an offense that is predicated on throwing as many pucks from the blue line towards the net as their offense is, like having 3.5 guys that are not reliable sources of offense, and in any given game, like are not going to make creative or dangerous plays in the offensive zone. It's a limitation, and then you add up with some of the lineup configuration issues that they're having right now. Like they've just gotta figure. Well, they have to find a way through the sludge for the next few weeks.
And the reality is,
been their worst offensive stretch of the year.
Agreed. And the reality is, the Avs have a cushion where they can get through this. It's not a big deal. They can trudge through, and it's going to be a little bit sloppy, and you're going to see some weird mix and match stuff going on, but you're looking at the rest of the West, and you're like, I don't care about any of these teams. And even in the President's Trophy, you're like, we can get away with a little bit here. And it's great. Lehkonen will almost certainly be in the lineup Friday night, and I'm sure they've stated they're going to put him next to NEWHOOK, but I'm sure if Bednar sees something, he'll be willing to experiment. And it's going to continue probably through the rest of the season until you get Landy back on the offensive side. The defensive side will likely stabilize when Gerard returns. If not, Bowen Byron will be back when he's back. You just kind of deal with that. The Avs have enough leeway that they can do kind of whatever they want in trying to find stuff right now. The regular season is almost more about experimentation than anything else for this hockey team. And
you look at it like Landeskog, Gerard, that announcement was what? Almost 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, not quite 2 weeks ago.
So it'll be 2 weeks this weekend, right?
Gerard should be back mid-April at the latest.
Right, like you're talking like you're almost like halfway through the Gerard injury.
Yep.
And if he gets healthy and he comes back and he's Sam Gerard again and not
the lesser version, yeah.
The nerfed version, the one dealing with the back injury that we've watched most of this year. None of this matters. Like the Avs were missing again. The Avs are missing 5 guys, 4 undoubtedly.
Yep.
Who, if available, are in their lineup, and they're all impact guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
From a game like tonight, where it's 0-0 in the third period, we've seen them in a couple of these situations. They just didn't really play that great. Vancouver played well enough. They capitalized on one more mistake. Like, it's fine. Like,
yeah,
this is fine.
It's hockey too, right? Like, the Avs are good, and going down the stretch, you're gonna lose games to teams that like you feel like you shouldn't lose to, but it's hockey and it happens all the time. All the time. Like, you're just gonna lose to teams where you outplay them.
Yep.
And you just lose.
That's hockey, baby.
Yep.
I do want to end this period on a positive note. Our king of the game, I'm giving it to NAZEM Kadri. He scored the goal tonight. He had 6 shots on goal, had a post, arguably could have had another goal tonight. On a night where you're asking for more out of your depth, do you want more out of Kadri on the whole for the last month or so? Probably.
Yes.
But the dude's not afraid to go in there and do what he does best, right? He's trying to dangle people. He's trying to walk, and that's Kadri's game. That's what you roll with Kadri, and
great finish tonight too.
yeah, got the 1 goal, found a rebound or loose puck, whatever you want to call that, and puts it away, and nearly like was 2 inches from having 2 goals tonight. Yep. So
hey, if this takes the lid off and he starts scoring goals again, this loss was worth.
yeah, 100% on that.
Oh, Rudo, let's take these loser shots.
Yeah, we gotta do these loser shots.
Sorry, AJ. It's
Blais's birthday shots.
birthday, so here we go.
I'm gonna do some
This
Jaeger.
is like our 4th or 5th one.
Oh, it can't be a shot you like if it's a loser shot. What's with this AOL noise?
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah. I get the
Blais's
party
goal?
stuff, but not the AOL stuff. I guess because I'm so old, there's dial-up.
Yeah,
in it.
you were alive for the dial-up age.
I was alive for the dial-up age. What the fuck?
Were you in high school?
I mean, you were barely alive.
No.
I was in high school. Like, I remember doing dial-up in high school,
Yeah.
waiting for it to load.
No, I was younger than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I know that. I know that,
Blaze
AJ.
is an old man now,
I am old.
and he's still better at you than hockey. Better than you at hockey. Got there.
Younger than D-line.
Oh, that's what counts. That's what counts right there. All right. So we are, of course, brought to you by many amazing companies. Specifically, Green Mountain Dental Group. Go over there, get a cleaning, x-ray, and exam from them. They will give you a free Sonicare toothbrush just for taking care of your teeth. Look, nobody likes going to the dentist. I think that's just a fact, but it's something you got to do. Trust me, not taking care of your teeth is really bad. You end up having a lot of problems. Go to Green Mountain Dental. They'll take care of you. They get you all set up. They do great work. They really look after you. They'll make sure to remind you about appointments and things like that so you don't miss them. Everyone who switched has loved what they do. Go check them out just 15 minutes from downtown over in Lakewood. Again, they're just amazing at what they do, and we'll give you a free Sonicare toothbrush just for taking care of your teeth. So jump on the Green Mountain Dental train, and then, you do some good. You make sure you're taking care of your teeth, and then you have some fun. You go get yourself some Breck brews.
Yes.
Make sure you get your Breck brew at your local liquor store. Use the Breck beer locator online to find it near you. Or, if you're here in Denver, go to the bar. We got 8 different kinds on tap. They've got a flavor for everybody. Go check it out. Go get one. They're delicious. Can't recommend the Avalanche enough. It's a good beer. I don't know what else you want me to say. Who doesn't like good beer? It's dope. When the Avs score 2 in the first period, they'll give you a free beer when you go to breckbrew.com. They're 2 for a brew promotion. Hang on to your receipts. It's great. Everybody wins. Everything's awesome. I don't know what else to tell you. Breck Brew is great. That's the simple answer to that one. So go get yourself a Breck Brew. Have a good time while you're watching an Avs game. Get some Breck Brews at the game when we go on the party bus, or at the bar before or after. Either way, it all works. Third period of the DNVR.
the party bus. Me and the wife got a hotel room down here as well.
Oh, so you're going hard.
We're going.
You're going
hard in the
hard.
paint. So get ready for it.
Yeah. So this is you got to keep up with Blais on party bus night. That's the rules now.
Well, we can play a hockey night on that night as well if you want. Like
Ooh.
drinking with the hockey team.
Let's go. I'm
Yeah.
ready. I'm ready.
AJ gonna be back for it?
No, AJ's too cool for us.
Especially without a passport.
Yeah. Yeah, you've had some trouble. You've had some trouble lately.
AJ's stuck
In Canada.
Hopefully, Canadian bacon doesn't come true and the war breaks out between both nations. You're screwed.
Think we're good on that one.
Thanks for that lovely thought there, Blais.
Well, I'm just saying, if you haven't seen Canadian Bacon, it's a great movie.
AJ would be the inside agent for the USA, I think.
Yeah.
No, the United States is in trouble.
I know nothing.
Third period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. We got some super chats to get to. $5 from Ryan. We would have won if we all had DNVR rub.
Oh, man, that was a conversation
Yeah.
tonight.
I'm not saying they're coming.
We can say it. So we are going to run them. It's going to be a pre-order.
Limited edition.
So when it comes out, we'll let you guys know. But you have to order them then because it's going to be a pre-order and then we're going to run them.
One time only.
That means everybody that's in the bar tonight from my fantasy hockey league had better buy them.
Yep.
They were here. That's the whole
I
conversation.
know.
They're going to be black with white stitching. So you kind of like the white stitching for the DNVR logo that you see here. We
All
will
I'm
show
saying,
you.
Look, my only opposition to this is that once upon a time when we were like, oh, would you guys like these hoodies? And 1,000 people were like, oh my God, fuck yeah. And we sold like 19 of them.
Yeah, that's what me and
And
Eric
it was like, okay. That's why we kind of learned, like, you stick to your bread and butter here. And that's why I've been anti-robe. Because everybody thinks that robes are great until you got to spend $65 on them.
That's what me and Eric called theoretical bucks. So when we first started, right, and we were selling them outside of stadiums, the guys that were hawking shirts. Yeah,
literally.
we'd always get the guys that'd be like, "You gonna be here after the game? Love that shirt. I'm gonna buy it." And we're like, "Sweet, money in the bank," because that dude's not coming back.
Nope. $10 from RTV Productions. Tough loss, but conspiracy theory. Avs purposely lost this game so Vancouver can get into the postseason, and Avs have an easy-ass first-round opponent and save breath for the second. Look,
Did I not say that before?
I'm not saying this conspiracy theory is true, but this game was bad for Vegas.
Bad for Vegas.
Just saying. It was bad for the Vegas Golden Knights that Vancouver won tonight.
I basically said the same thing before the pod started.
You did. Can
For the
confirm.
record, Vegas has so many more games played than the teams they're competing with for the last spot that almost all games are going to be bad for them at this point.
True.
Yeah. I fear them getting healthy.
Like Dallas has
that
4
doesn't
games
matter.
in hand.
The thing is,
Yeah.
like, even if Vegas gets healthy, with Dadonov, they don't have the cap space to put the
Oh,
healthy guys on their
they have,
lineup.
What is like 400,000
Yeah.
in cap space right now?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So we'll
true.
see. We'll see. What's next? $5 from Josh. I love the 3.5 minutes of effort from the boys out there. Let's use that saved energy on Philly. Weird that Blais and Allie share a birthday. Thank you, Josh.
Oh man, Evan did Allie so dirty.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, by the way, but so dirty.
That's the way it goes. That's the way you take it. It feels like the Avs just didn't convert their chances tonight.
Yeah.
At times, I felt like maybe there could be a little more effort. I think in the second period, especially, it got a little cruise control-y. But puck wasn't going in for them in the early stages. They pushed back after they went down 2-0, and ultimately, again, this is a team that the playoffs are what count at this point, right? Let's just be honest about
That's
it.
the measuring stick right
Yeah.
now. The regular season is whatever at this point. Like, they have to make it past the second round. They have to go far in the playoffs for anyone to think that this year is successful. I'm at the point where it's cup or bust for this year.
Yeah. And certainly anything less than a conference finals would feel like disappointment, no doubt.
Absolutely.
$5 from Jordan for the Blais birthday shot. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
We've had a few.
Yeah.
We'll probably have one after.
Yeah,
and then we're going to hang out here for a while.
I'm not driving home anytime soon. That's for sure. Maybe. It might be what it is. $5 from Blake. Need better out of your stars. Nate especially. So sick of the high risk, low reward, low hockey IQ plays from him and Mikko. I actually didn't mind Nate tonight. I thought Nate was okay.
I think I tweeted out that the cuteness factor drives me a little crazy.
It does.
But they're driving the entire goddamn bus.
Yep.
Right
the
now,
offense is
and
through them 100%. Yeah.
They're not getting any real help here from much of anybody. I mean, those guys you're talking about, Taves, Makar, like,
Yep. You're getting nothing.
all of them, man. Like, all these dudes are just they're all of the offense right now. So, like, I understand nitpicking McKinnon's game because he has the puck all game and he's such a special talent, but I just can't. It's like, hey, these are things that bother me, but all these other things, all these other guys that have got to step up and play better.
And if we're really going to that level, if we're really nitpicking that hard, I'm nitpicking Mikko way more than Nate.
Yeah.
Mikko is the guy that you're constantly watching skate out of the slot to try and do some cute shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, Mikko, hockey doesn't have to be that complicated, bud.
There was a clear goal where he deferred tonight.
Yeah.
That little tip that he made that hit the post.
Yeah.
I told Z the other day when he tried that chip against the Oilers.
Yeah.
I said I think he would rather score 35 goals doing shit like that than shooting one-timers or just beating goaltenders.
He just refuses to do it at times. Yeah.
I just think he prefers that. To be honest with you, I didn't have a big problem with Mikko tonight. It's funny because I just got done saying, like, oh, I don't want to nitpick those guys, but I was way more frustrated by McKinnon tonight.
I disagree, but
I also think McKinnon has, like, the world's most aggressively negative body language.
Oh, for sure. That's
on something
100% true there. Yeah.
It's impossible for that not to stick with you where you're just like, I want to be so mad at this dude right now because everything about hockey's like try hard culture discourages behavior like that. And so when you see it from a star player, you just want to go apoplectic at all times.
And the thing with Mac is, like, it's not even like, oh, a dude missed a wide open net. It's like the simplest dude fumbled the pass a little bit, and McKinnon is like, massive shoulder roll, and you're like, oh, okay, calm down, Mac.
Helmet towards the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he even did it on an offside.
Yeah.
Where they were offside, and he, like, dropped the puck off, and then just, like raising his, and I'm like, can you let them do their jobs, man? And, like, you worry about yours, which is scoring, okay, Chief? Also occasionally playing defense because sometimes he just
Doesn't. Yeah.
Although, like, realistically, I don't think he does anything differently on the JT Miller goal. It's just a matter of one guy saw the puck and found it
Yeah.
before the other.
Yeah, it's Max coming in backwards there. It's a tough spot for sure. And
Also, that was so inevitable after I shit-talked JT Miller for scoring only on the power play. Then he got an even-strength game-winning goal against Colorado. I was like, this is about me, isn't it?
Yep, been here before.
In a world where I have to try and make the universe revolve around me, that was how I did it tonight.
JT Miller stole your passport. Confirm.
He'd be the type to do it.
$15 from Justin, very generous.
Let's go.
Birthday shots for Blais. Blais birthday shots. Let's go. Thank you very
Is that a
much.
sound
Thank
effect
you.
or is that an actual party?
That is a
favor
sound
you have?
effect. That is a sound effect.
Oh, somebody's off. Yeah, no, they're right here. Just blowing it.
That's Kira. $10 from
Are
Jordan.
they up there?
They
No,
were tonight.
They all left. They went home.
They had a large group tonight.
It was big. There was a
Yeah.
good party at the bar tonight, for
Yep.
sure.
Yeah, Katie was in town.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we hung out downstairs, watched the game with everybody.
Even I watched the game downstairs as a rarity. $10
Well, you
from
didn't have any goals to club.
True. I didn't have to do much tonight.
Yeah. Rudo after the first was like, Avs making it easy on me.
Yeah. $10 from Jordan. How do the Avs start scoring at 5v5 again? Seems to have fallen off over the last month plus. I mean, I think that's a little bit of recency bias. The last 3 games, it feels like it's fallen off pretty bad, but it'll come. It's not something I'm really worried about long term. Pucks are going to start going in for him. It's not. And what makes me not worry about it is it's not for the lack of opportunity.
Right.
The Avs have generated
Yeah.
numerous chances. They're just not finishing them right now.
I mean, how many times did Ice Cream shoot at higher tonight?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
It's just
So-
one of those things, like it just happens in hockey, right? Like there's small streaks that happen throughout the games, and right now the Avs are in one.
Yep.
It's not recency bias so much. Since February 1st, Colorado was 13th in even strength goals for.
You say 13th like it's not in the top half of the league.
Sure, but I mean, you're talking about a team that you have higher expectations.
You're expecting certainly top 10, if not top 5 there, for sure.
So, but to Blaze's point of there are these streaks happen. Anybody want to venture a guess at a couple of teams that are ahead of Colorado right now?
If you say Arizona, I swear to God.
It's 100% Arizona.
So Arizona's 5th.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they've been on a tear.
Columbus is 8th. New Jersey is 10th, and the Islanders are 3rd. And that's it.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So that's where I'm saying, like, hey, like there is something to this. Also, on the other side of it, though, the goals against, Colorado is 5th best in goals against in that same time frame of even strength. So they're not getting beat at even strength. They're just not scoring as much.
Sure.
Yeah.
But they're also giving up less.
Yeah.
So defensive. This is how the regular season works.
Yeah.
Fam.
The last 2 months of the year, you always see scoring just go way the
Scoring
fuck down.
drops.
Yeah.
Power plays drop. Teams start playing 2-1 games, 3-2 games.
Yep.
A lot more than during the early part of the season. So,
Yep. Okay. $5 from Ryan. I don't know how EJ gets in this lineup at full health, to be honest.
everybody. If I were to put it on Twitter right now, between Ryan Murray, Eric Johnson, and Jack Johnson,
It'd be a
and did a Twitter
33%
poll,
split across it. Yeah.
and did a Twitter poll, if all were healthy, who plays in game 1 of the first round of the postseason? That poll would be a bloodbath.
Dead even, for sure.
Everybody has a strong opinion, and it's always involving.
But-
I don't know how you can play that guy, and then there's
Well-
another person that feels exactly the same way about a different player.
And the thing is here, you're arguing
See?
about...
See? First 2 responses in chat, different guy.
And the thing is, you're arguing about they have 6th defenseman when they're healthy. You're arguing about their last dude. That's a good place to be. Very generous from Randy here.
Yes.
$28 Canadian. He doesn't say anything. He just
Well,
has a
he
super
did
chat.
though. He also
Okay.
got me on Twitter.
Blaze
just saying-
birthday drinks.
Yeah, birthday drinks here. Thanks, man.
Let's go.
That's
Thank you,
awesome.
Randy. That's extremely generous.
Calling me young too. I love it.
42?
One more.
43.
God, Rudo.
That's old.
Dad is barely older than you, man.
I know. I am old. I get it. Yeah, here.
My dad is 45.
You're not that old.
Your dad's 45.
What the shit?
We should start hanging out.
My dad's 65.
My dad's 45 and mom's 42, 41.
Your mom is younger than I am.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my! I'm leaving right now.
$10 from Nom Nom. Why did we have an empty net in 6 min's second period? There was a delayed penalty. Yeah. There were Vancouver genuinely took like 3 penalties in a row at the end of the
Yeah.
second period. It was a weird stretch.
It was like Quinn Hughes kept slashing people.
Yeah. He was mad that McKinnon cross-checked him earlier. And finally, $2 from Ryan. Both Johnsons have been garbage. I don't think it was that bad.
See? Everybody feels strongly about a different one. And
Yeah,
it's just like,
I hear you.
Okay.
I don't think it was awful from the Johnsons. You wanted better from Jack, I think, on both goals.
I just think with the injuries that you have on defense right now,
you
you're
just
asking,
live with it. You just
you're
live
asking
with it.
too much from them,
Exactly.
right? Like if they're your third pairing,
Yeah.
you're fine with their game tonight, but they're playing more than they should be.
Yep. You're right, Supernova. This game confirms that Pat was right. The Avs will never win the cup. It's over. Pack it in. We're done.
Was that Pat in the chat?
Yeah.
Which I was accused of being Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You confirmed. Blaze is Pat.
Yeah, that's right.
Pat right there. Look at him.
Very much so.
Stole
So,
my passport.
Looks like Bobby right there. What up, Bobby?
it's not my purse. I don't know you.
So funny you say that. I keep quoting Bobby Hill to Z during games. And it's so funny because it's always I don't know you.
Wow, that's
very
pretty
funny.
good, AJ.
God damn it, Bobby. Okay. I look. I'm not putting a ton of stock in this game. I don't think you two are either.
No.
Any final thoughts here?
Be better on Friday against Philadelphia and all
Yeah.
is well.
If you win on Friday, like
All
no
is
one
forgiven. Yeah.
cares about this game at all.
Yep. 100%. Just don't make a habit of bad play. It's that simple. Late super chat here. 5 Canadian from Ryan saying $5 pickles for AJ.
5. Can we just start calling it loonies? 5 loonies.
5 loonies. Pickles for AJ.
That sounds very easy.
Nope.
What would it take for you to actually eat a pickle, AJ?
More than $5.
I know. I know that.
Canadian.
But I like 100? 500?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Which one?
And not super chats either. I want money. I want that money to go to me. You gotta
Directly
Venmo
into your
me.
pocket. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's
you gotta
asking-
Venmo me $500 and I'll do a pick. I'll eat a pickle. I'll
Is
live
it
on it.
sweet or dill?
I guess your call, man. I don't.
Did you just say
They're all
sweet?
bad.
Yeah, here.
What kind of
Get out of here,
monster eats sweet pickles?
dude? Grossest thing ever.
Oh, agreed. Sweet pickles are poison.
Dill's where it's at.
Okay. We're going to get out of here for the day.
Celebrating her birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to Allie. Happy birthday to Blaze.
Let's go.
Everyone, go drink. Have a great time. Enjoy Blaze's birthday.
We're having another drink. Rudo doesn't know yet, but we're having
I'm
another,
ready.
more
I'm
shots.
prepared. I'm prepared. We're out of here. We appreciate all y'all hanging out. It's been an awesome 2 weeks. Ready for... we're going to continue bringing you great content, but maybe let off the... Huh?
Best Matt Damon movie?
Best?
Does Blais have an opinion?
Best?
Or I should say most underrated.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Most underrated Matt Damon movie.
I said
And you can't-
Rounders.
You can't say Euro Trip because I get it. That's
No.
like the
No,
greatest
that's a
of all
cameo.
time.
Yeah, that's a cameo.
Rounders is a good one, though. I like that.
Well, he said Rounders or Dogma.
But is he really part? Like he's in Dogma? Is he one of
he's
the
a
main
decent-
characters?
I don't know if he's a main role, but he has a decent part in it.
What are you talking about, dude? He's Loki. He's in half that movie.
Yeah, that's
Nah,
true.
But Ben Affleck's the main character there.
Is it Jay and Silent Bob?
No.
No.
That's a straight cameo.
Yeah.
I like Rounders. I'm gonna go with Rounders.
Okay.
I like that one.
The problem that I have with Rounders is that on rewatch, I don't like a lot of the scenes with Worm.
Really?
It just hurts knowing what's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Every time he's like, because you could see he's just like such a toxic element in his life. And
For
like,
sure.
he's done everything to get right, you know, and
But
make all the right
it-
choices.
it-
and
there's
turn his
not-
life around it.
That's another good one though. The Departed.
Departed is a great movie.
He is
Yeah,
awesome in that movie.
We bought
That's
food.
not underrated. People put The Departed in like top 10
for sure.
movies of all
Definitely
time.
not
Like,
an underrated
so-
movie.
okay, yeah.
same thing
definitely
with Goodwill
underrated.
Hunting.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like,
Goodwill
if
Hunting
you were-
might be an overrated movie, to be honest with you. But
If we get into best Matt Damon movie,
What
we could
movie?
be here all night.
We Bought a Zoo. I've never seen that movie.
Oh, it's good.
Is it?
Yeah. We bought a zoo is actually one of the ones I was considering, and then I thought
never-
I think Dogma is just brilliant.
Dogma would be a lot better movie if I haven't watched it 15 times on Comedy Central. For
Yeah,
sure.
and now you
God,
can't,
it's
now you
Jason
can't watch
Bourne.
it anywhere.
Is it
What's
gone?
Ken?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's the
you
one
can't-
where Earth is all fucked up and he's trying to get to the
Elysium. Yeah.
Elysium.
Yeah, that one's not.
I'm a
that
big
good.
sci-fi nerd, so
Nah.
I like movies like that.
That one's like a shitty Warhammer 40K. It's not it.
sure.
Dude, The Martian is way overrated. We need to ban that dude. I will personally fight you.
But the Martian.
Eric's been in here a lot, so he can't ban him.
I don't think it's overrated, but it's not like an all timer.
Who's better, him or Ben Affleck?
Oh, him. Ben Affleck sucks.
No way. I'm
Yo.
all Ben Affleck.
Bomb and Phantoms though. I love you, Blais.
Oh, that's fucking great.
On that note, we're out of here.
Bomb.
We appreciate all of you. We'll be back tomorrow with our regular show at 1 p.m. Watch along Sunday against Minnesota. Tune into that for times and hanging out with Rudo and stuff.
On Sunday, it's at 4 o'clock.
It's a 4 o'clock start. Watch along against Minnesota. I'm going to go drink more.
Let's go.
We love you all. We'll talk to you tomorrow.